Hello everyone, Kelly here, and I wanted to welcome you to my channel where we learn to master the mirror. And really what we're doing is we're not just mastering the mirror with our twins, we're actually learning to master the mirror that is our 3D reality, the things that we see in our everyday life, and we're bringing love there to actually heal it for good. So we heal the feeling behind the hurt. And so many times in our life, God is really giving us all the awareness that we need to make the right choice. And I think sometimes we follow our heart and, it gets broken, or we take the job that doesn't work out, or, but remember, these are all just reflections of what we believe about ourselves. So if you want to see what you believe about yourself, look at your relationships around you in your life. Look at your work life. Look at your twin flame journey and how that's going. And you'll always get a representation of what you believe. And I know that that's really sometimes can be a tough pill to swallow. But the truth is that, the divine is really giving you new awareness. Your twin is giving you new awareness about where you are at. And it's not always about looking at the external, right? Your twin is not a representation of your breakthroughs, right? Your twin is there to love you as God, Source, loves you. And so it's really building this bridge between you and the divine so that you can co-create a life of ease. I think a lot of times we're taught to just work really hard. And that doesn't always work. Sometimes we really have to decide what it is that we want and draw a line in the sand about what it is that we'll accept and what it is that we are willing to do in order to get the life that we want. And I think it's really powerful to know that you can absolutely create the life of your dreams. And even if you feel like you're on day one of starting your dreams, well, celebrate it. Celebrate it. I remember, this is like Arnold Schwarzenegger when he was going for, I think it was Mr. Universe. His stories about him working out in the gym, right? With this big old grin on his face, probably lifting ridiculously heavy weights, probably in a lot of pain, right? Working through some of this stuff. And, someone had asked him, well, why are you so happy? What are you so excited about? And he's like, well, I'm going to be Mr. Universe, of course, right? So, and the truth is, I think Arnold Schwarzenegger was really tapping into something that maybe a lot of us don't. And that's why he got to be Mr. Universe, is that he knew that that's what his calling was. That's what his destiny, that's what his core vibration was telling him to go for, and that he would be that. And he didn't let his ego get in the way of that goal. And he followed it and loved himself all the way through the process. And I'm sure there were days, I'm a ballet teacher, I'm going for a dance exam, a teacher's exam, and my teacher was really giving me props for going for this exam, because I really haven't trained, classically in about 10 years. I'm in great shape, I'm in great physical shape, but, ballet shape is a whole different, it's a whole different animal to like throw on point shoes and, really be able to do it without a ton of pain. And I'm working through it. I'm not letting my ego tell me that I can't. And so anyway, wherever you are in your journey, remember, look, this have little reflections, little prisms there. So I want you to remember that you are unique and have your own soul vibration, right? And so no matter what is in the way, right? No matter what is in the way, you've got, the truth is that anything that is for you is for you. You cannot lose the things that you truly desire, the true things that you choose and want in your life, as long as you don't quit, and give up on them. You may decide that you want something else and that something else resonates for you, and that's totally valid, because as a divine being, you get to make those choices. But just know that if you desire something, if you choose something, it's already yours. It's already done. And so it's really just letting go of the thoughts and the beliefs that are hindering you from being able to create and manifest the life that you love, the life that you believe that you deserve. And, there really aren't any exceptions to this rule. It's like, are you too old to do this or that? No, you're not too old. If you start now and get it together, and you can create it and make it happen. There's a million ways to create the life that you want. And I was talking to someone too, and he was saying that, sometimes like he's at the grocery store and, he doesn't really have to write a list, because, he'll be trying to get something and someone's in front of the bread that he wants, but then he'll go and get something. He'll go around this person to get, and he'll notice, oh, I needed to get this. And so if he hadn't have gone around the person with the bread, he would have forgotten an item. And so that's how God's source works. Is like, we may think that we have to go like around the corner to get what we want, but the truth is what's around the corner is something else that you need. It's a part of the puzzle. It's part of the recipe of your life. And when we hold on to these limiting beliefs that we can't have what we want, or we don't trust the divine to be able to help us manifest what we want, it's really just a huge block in communicating with the divine. And I will say, years ago, I didn't really know how to connect with the divine. I didn't even realize that I could ask questions and get them answered. But you absolutely can. I know, my connection with Source is a little bit different than other people, but I'll ask questions, and sometimes my watch face will change. Like, I have these big fat letters. You can't see it, but anyway, I get these big fat. Anyway, I get my answers through some technology sometimes, and it's just really, really powerful when you are really bridging the gap between, because when you think about twin flames, there's a lot of different ways to think about this. A lot of people think of it as like a triangle, and so as you heal your personal union, you heal the other person's union with God, and you kind of come together into this almost prayer position, which is so beautiful. I've also seen it. My friend created a diagram where you've got the central sun, right, and then you've got a little circle of light. You're part of that light, and then you and your twin flame are in that spark of light, that core vibration, and you've got the feminine and the masculine polarity, right? Each one, you've got the masculine and you've got the feminine, and then when they come together, that's the Trinity. And so, not the Trinity, but the what do you call it? Infinity. And so, so there's a lot of ways to really look at that. But she was saying that the idea is you want to meet your twin where they are with God. And so it's really about healing that union, bridging that gap between you and God, because ultimately the upsets that we have in our life we may project them on our parents, we may project them on our twin, but ultimately a lot of these upsets are actually upsets with the divine. And learning to trust the divine is like a really, really huge block to union. So it's learning to listen to your guidance and following that guidance all the way through. Something that also comes up is that, the only way you can really fail is if you just decide not to get up, right? So if you fall flat on your face, you can get up. I'm reading this new book. It's called Profit First, because I'm really trying to be able to heal what's happening in my ballet school, in my business, and I'm really rebuilding right now, and I want to make sure that I'm very responsible with my resources so that I can really honor my life and create the life that I love by being responsible with my finances. And so, and he was talking about how Mark something, Dave something. Anyway, Profit First. And I'm reading the first couple chapters, and he was talking about how he was just an incredible business builder, but he was not so good at his finances, and that he learned to just make very irresponsible decisions with his money. And he talks about this moment that he comes home and, he's down to like his, for someone who sells, like, builds and sells business, like he's down to like his last $10,000, which is to him is, probably only a couple hundred to most of us. And, until his tax accountant was like, yeah, you owe $18,000 to the government. And no, it was $28,000 he owed. And he's like, oh, you only owe $28,000. And then he's like, oh, well, how much is my tax bill? Well, that's $2,000. So it's like, so here he is, like $20,000 in the hole. And how's he going to pay for this lifestyle that he's built for his family? And he talks about the breakdown that he had around all of that, and having to talk to his wife that he just blew all of their money. And and then they had to rebuild from there. And he created a system to help people manage their finances, which I think is so powerful for people to really build something from their wounds. Like, even for me, I'm getting emotional because I'm building my ballet school from my wounds, from this place of like wanting to be seen, wanting to be heard and understood, for all these things that I couldn't really express emotionally. Can't believe I'm getting emotional right now. But anyway, just know that on your healing journey, you're going to be able to overcome all of these things, but really knowing and trusting that what is meant for you is meant for you, and it can't be taken away. Your energy and vibration and vitality is the life source that brings in new life to others and to the earth. And so you can't lose your good. Your good is part of your energy and vibration. And if it seems like there's something in the way, the truth is that God wanted you to see something else before you came full circle to what you were planning, wanting, desiring to manifest. So it's all in divine timing and divine flow to help you get along your path in the most efficient, productive way possible. So with that, I'm going to go. But I hope you guys have a beautiful day. Thanks so much for watching. Feel free to like, subscribe, share this with friends. And if you'd like to join my Mirror Mastery workshop, you're welcome to do that on my website. Details are in the box below, or you can also check some of the other videos if I haven't uploaded it yet. All right, guys, have a beautiful day. Thanks so much, and we'll see you soon.